So today I thought what I would make for you guys is an absolutely easy skillet garlic herb chicken. Now I'm going to be using a couple of my cast iron skillets today. I love cast iron cooking. If you've got those skillets and you are not using them, pull them out. I'm also going to prepare some roasted tomatoes. They are going to have a topping of panko crust with herbs and Parmesan cheese, and we're going to do a side of white rice. But white rice that I am jazzing up, okay? And then we're going to end it all with a wonderful skillet peach cobbler. So grab your cast iron skillets. We are cooking in Marjorie's kitchen. From sightseeing to cultural events and great food and entertainment and fun and exploration. This is Taste of the Town.
Taste of the Town, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
This is one of the easiest cobblers you will do, okay? I love peach cobbler, so that's what I'm choosing to do. And I'm using just a large can of sliced peaches. Now, I will reserve some of that heavy syrup because personally, I like my peach cobbler to be a little bit looser, okay? All you're gonna do is take them and just put them in this cast iron skillet. Now, this is a stick of butter. And the only thing we wanna do now is melt this, because then we're gonna take this butter, pour it over the peaches. Our ingredients are simple, guys. You got 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of just white sugar. Let's go. 1 cup of just whole milk and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. And you're gonna use 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. You guys know how much I love cinnamon and nutmeg. These were my mom's favorites. So usually I will use about a teaspoon of each, but if that's much for you, then maybe do a 1/2 teaspoon. And we have the 1 stick of butter that I went over and melted in the microwave. Our can of peaches already in the pan. And this is the reserved heavy syrup from that can of peaches because I still use a little of it. And I'm gonna just squeeze a little bit of lemon juice, only because something about the lemon juice and that acid helps to kind of like make that sweetness not so sweet. It balances everything out. And then always, I just take a little pinch of salt. So basically, just take your flour, your sugar, and you're gonna put those, do that little pinch of salt. This is kosher salt. Just kind of mix that together. And we're going to add the cup of milk. So let's mix the milk in with our dry ingredients. You see, I've kept the brown sugar aside because what I want you to do now, that melted butter, I'm gonna take that melted butter and I'm just going to pour this all over the peaches. Not margarine, butter. Everything is better with butter, guys, okay? Then the brown sugar, look, just take it, sprinkle the brown sugar right on top of those peaches and that butter. Woo, this is gonna be so good. You know what? You can even experiment. If you want to put some cranberries, like dried cranberries on here, you can do that. If you want to use blackberries, you know what? Buy some blackberries. Same thing. Now, then I just take the lemon juice and I'm using my hand so I can catch any seeds that might come through. And that's it. You know what? That is it. You don't have to really go about stirring it or anything like that. I'm almost forgetting my cinnamon and my nutmeg. So like I told you guys, I like about a teaspoon. So let's put that in there. That's good. And the nutmeg. We love cinnamon and nutmeg, so even if it's a little bit more, it's okay for me. Then we're gonna add the vanilla. Oh, I love that smell already. Cinnamon and nutmeg together. That is wonderful on just about any dessert. There we go. Now just pour it. See, little lumps, that doesn't matter. All of that's gonna cook right and bake in together. So everything is gonna be delicious. 375. That's where I want that oven temperature to be set. And we're gonna put that in. And when we bring that out later, oh, that's going to be decadent. This tomato really stands pretty well. A lot of times, you know, they are wobbly, and if so, it's good to just kind of take the bottom of it off, but don't go too deep because you don't want to. Let me even it up a little bit more, okay? There we go. And you want to cut off this top part. So just like that. And then I like to go right in and take out this hard core. We're gonna do a little salt and a little pepper and a little olive oil. And we're just gonna go for a little salt in each one, just a little. And a little pepper. So you get the tomato nice and seasoned before you ever begin to work. If you love tomatoes like I do, hey, I could just pick it up and eat this just like that, okay? But I'm gonna make it even better. So, first of all, we're gonna take some panko crumbs. And these are seasoned. So I'm gonna use about a cup. At least I'll put a cup in here. I might not use all of them. This is a half a cup measure. So we're gonna do that. And then this is grated imported Parmesan. If I had a whole block, I love to grate my own, but this is fresh grated. So I'm gonna use like a good heaping half a cup in here, okay? And then take whatever kind of a nice ground, stone ground, or just a good mustard, but you really want something that has some body to it. So I would tell you that it's gonna be probably about maybe like 2, maybe that's a tablespoon, okay? Also, we're gonna be using some cilantro, and in this case, I just use the kind of fresh dried cilantro. You can use parsley, but remember, my Gary does not like parsley, so I use cilantro. I would tell you that that's, again, maybe 2 teaspoons, close to a tablespoon. Go by feel. And then because it is, I told you herbs, you got the parsley. This is my Badia, the complete seasoning. I love it. And I just sprinkle, and I'm gonna tell you guys, for you, say 2 teaspoons. For me, it's just till I feel good with it, okay? I feel good with that. And then I'm gonna just a slight little bit of olive oil in this, just a little bit. And then we're going to mix it all together. Look how that's looking. That's beautiful. So now we're gonna just pile it on to each of the tomatoes. Ugh. And when this begins to get in the oven, and just take your hands, it's okay. Your hands are the best cooking tools that you have. These are our Parmesan herb panko crusted tomatoes. They're gonna go into the oven. They're gonna take about 20 minutes. So when we come back, I'm gonna check and see how that cobbler is looking. And then we're gonna work on those chicken thighs and also on that jazzy rice I was telling you about. Don't go anywhere.
Taste of the Town, brought to you by Geico. This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
We are now about to make the chicken, okay? So yeah, I told you all I had some chicken thighs. Typically, I don't buy a lot of chicken thighs because Gary loves the breast. And I am a wing person myself, but these thighs were on sale. And one of the reasons I don't buy thighs a lot is because, again, they're huge. But you know what I do like about them is that they, being the dark meat, these tend to give you the most flavor. But I cut off a lot of this excess skin. Too much skin on these thighs. So I'm gonna tell you what I also did. I took the bone out. First of all, little salt and pepper, not a lot, but we're just gonna season them up. A little salt and pepper. So we're gonna do that. And because I think I told you, these are herb crusted chicken thighs. Huh? My complete seasoning again. I use this stuff for everything. If you have a favorite seasoning, use it. It's just that for me, this is what I use. Sazon Goya. I believe several shows ago, I told you how my sister and my brother-in-law introduced me to this years ago, along with the oregano that comes from the Dominican Republic. Don't use a whole lot of it because it does have salt in it. And when you are watching your salt content, always make sure that you are cognizant, of those things. Too much sodium is not good. This is my Dominican, okay? My Dominican oregano. I just have it in this container. And let me tell you, it is the absolute best. And garlic powder. Who doesn't probably use garlic powder on so many dishes? So these are like your herbs, all right? Now, we're gonna take a lemon, just take a little, and I would like to just squirt a little lemon juice. No seeds are coming out. So the chicken is now ready. I've just gotta go over and get the pan prepared. Again, I'm using a cast iron skillet. It should give me a nice crust. It's gonna be able to take the heat. So let me go over to the stove and y'all just come on, go with me. Hey, welcome back, you guys. This meal is just rocking and rolling and coming along. I've got that peach cobbler out. I've got those tomatoes in the oven and they are looking awesome. I have fresh thyme here. I have some fresh sage. And I also have fresh rosemary. Oh, wonderful flavors. And remember, when you are using fresh, it doesn't take nearly as much as when you're using dried because they are much more aromatic and, just the fragrance of them, so they're stronger. And we're gonna take some garlic And we're just gonna take the garlic and slice it, and we'll just kind of, just chop it up a little bit to use the garlic. So I got 3 nice sized cloves. With my cast iron, I still like to go ahead and spray with cooking spray. It just, again, it makes cleanup so much easier. So now, I would tell you this is cooking oil. So I'm gonna say that's probably about 1/8 of a cup, because we want it to just be able to sear. I'm gonna add just a little bit, maybe about, I say that's probably about a good teaspoon. And that sizzle sounds good, of butter. We're gonna take this chicken. My hands are clean. And we are going with all of the spices down first. I know you say, wait a minute, she should have put the skin side down first. No, I want the skin, it's gonna be crispy. Oh, Marjorie. So we're gonna take that heat up just a little bit. I'm gonna lay in, look. We're gonna put in the rosemary, we're gonna put in the thyme. Don't keep lifting and flipping over, lifting and flipping over. Let it remain for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. And we're at a good medium-high heat, because we want that good sear to start, okay? Beautiful, beautiful. This is a chicken herb crusted with a butter sauce. And we're gonna make that butter sauce in just a moment. Oh, but this is wonderful. Now, what I'm going to do, all these beautiful minced up, diced up pieces of garlic and the sage. We're gonna add this to this pan. We have that heat still on very low. Okay, right there. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of butter. We wanna just get this nice, tender. It's gonna take just a little bit of this lemon and just a good squeeze. So I'm telling you, that's about a quarter. And here we are. And again, I'm gonna say maybe this is about a quarter of a cup, or maybe a little less, of low sodium chicken broth. And now I want you to put the chicken back in. That smells so delicious. Put those other drippings right over the top of it. So our sauce is going well. We want to just go ahead, add these remaining herbs, and just let those simmer in there. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I'm gonna just I'm gonna sit this in the oven for just a moment. I'm gonna turn the broiler on. I'm gonna take out the tomatoes. Oh. So all we're gonna do here to jazz up this rice, this is just, again, do your favorite rice, whether it's just a long grain white rice, if it's a basmati or a jasmine, or any kind you want, even an instant rice, it is okay. And all I did was I cooked my rice. Like I said, I use always chicken broth instead of water. I added the peas, the lemon zest, the cilantro. You can put Parmesan cheese in it. You can do so many different things. You can put pine nuts and almonds. Rice is so versatile, but today, this is good. All right, let me go over and get my plates together. I'll see you at the table.
Taste of the Town, brought to you by Geico. This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
So I have already called Gary. He is coming in. He's just back in the back. But you know what? I'm gonna have to taste it for you before he gets here. I am anxious to see this chicken. Oh, it looks moist. That is so wonderful. I taste all those different herbs and nothing is overpowering. There's like a complex party going on in my mouth. I think my girlfriend said that once. And the rice, let's see here. Perfect. The tomato, you guys. Let's see here. Oh, can you hear that crunch? The panko is still wonderfully crunchy. I taste the Parmesan, the herbs. This peach cobbler has turned out to be amazing. I tell you guys, I'm gonna have to just get a little bit of it. It looks wonderful. Hey, it's delicious. I have loved this day. It has been so much fun. I hope you try these recipes. Let me know if you want them. We've had a wonderful time together. I will see you on the next Taste of the Town. Until then, you know I love you guys.
Taste of the Town, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.